What's going on, guys? Welcome to VOA's Red Carpet. My name is Jackson Vunganyi. I want to thank you for joining us today on the show. As always, right here on Red Carpet, we bring you the latest in entertainment news, in sports, in film and television from around the world. Let's start the show. And we begin with the highlights from music's biggest night, the Grammy Awards, hosted by South African comedian Trevor Noah. The ceremony included performers and presenters practicing social distancing at the Los Angeles Convention Center. The show had pre-recorded and live performances by Dua Lipa, Taylor Swift, Post Malone, and many others, including Megan Thee Stallion. Nigerian Afrobeat star Burna won the Best Global Music Album Award for his album Twice as Tall. You know, he called it a big win for my generation of Africans all over the world. That's during his video acceptance speech. Posting a video of his speech while celebrating on Instagram, he wrote, "This is for all of us. Please remember, you are not ordinary. #Grammy 2021. But Burna Boy wasn't the only Nigerian artist to win a Grammy. Wizkid won Best Music Video for his collaboration with Beyonce on Brown Skin Girl. And speaking of Queen Bee, her 4 wins, 2 of them shared with new Best Artist winner Megan Thee Stallion, took her total career wins to 28, making her the most decorated woman in Grammy history. Beyonce's single Black Parade won Best R&B Performance, and she says that she wanted it to uplift, encourage, and celebrate all beautiful Black queens and kings that continue to inspire me and inspire the whole world. Beyonce's mother, Tina Knowles Lawson, told the Associated Press that she's proud that her daughter integrates a Black experience in her music and projects.
For me, I couldn't be prouder because she has been taught from a very early age she grew up around all these images of beautiful Black women, all skin tones, that was important to me, for them to be connected to their heritage. And, you know, I can remember Beyonce always saying, one day I'm going to have the power to be able to say whatever I want to say. It's coming. It's coming.
Her, that is the artist Her, scooped the Grammy for Best Song with I Can't Breathe and revealed how she feels the song will make a mark in history. It was written in response to the Black Lives Matter protest last summer following the police killing of George Floyd.
You know, for us, when we wrote the song, it came from a conversation, and we honestly were coming from the perspective of our own personal feelings, and then it turned into being part of the movement and being a part of history. And I think this song, you know, is going to be a stamp in time, and people are going to think of this song when they think of George Floyd, when they think of Breonna Taylor, when they think of all of these people that we are still fighting for.
Taylor Swift also had a huge night with her surprise record Folklore becoming the first woman to win Album of the Year 3 times. And from the Grammys, let's go to the Oscars, where the nominations are out, and let's check out who is in the running this year.
9 of the 20 acting nominees are people of color, including a posthumous Best Actor nomination for Chadwick Boseman in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Leslie Odom Jr. for One Night in Miami, and Daniel Kaluuya and Lakeith Stanfield for Judas and the Black Messiah were all nominated in the Best Supporting Actor category. Nominations for Best Actress in a Leading Role included Viola Davis at Ma Rainey's Black Bottom and Andra Day in The United States vs. Billie Holiday. David Fincher's Mank leads nomination with 10 nods, and for the first time, 2 women, Chloe Zhao and Emerald Fennell, are nominated for Best Director. Musician Riz Ahmed is the first Muslim to receive an Oscar nomination for Best Actor in Sound of Metal. Vanessa Kirby received a nod for Best Actress in Pieces of a Woman. There's 1 nomination from Africa in the category for Best International Feature Film, that is Tunisia's The Man Who Sold His Skin. The nominations were announced from London by presenters Nick Jonas and Priyanka Chopra Jonas. The Academy Awards would typically have happened by now, but this year were postponed by 2 months due to the pandemic. They will instead be telecast April 25th.
Andra Day's Oscar nomination for The United States vs. Billie Holiday is the Grammy-nominated singer and songwriter's first acting role. She told Reuters that she took the part to help shape narratives around Black history.
The film is relevant today, and it was relevant 20 years ago. It was relevant during my grandmother's generation, and will unfortunately likely be relevant 20 years from now. And so I think that we are, and it's because we haven't told these stories. You know what I mean? I think that there's, and I always quote, Brian Stevenson puts this so beautifully. He says, we may have won the physical war, but we lost the narrative war. And the narrative war is so important for actually rooting out oppression, for actually undoing and breaking down a system.
The movie streaming on Hulu aims to shine new light on Billie Holiday's role as a leader in the push for civil rights by telling the story of the uproar caused by her singing the ballad Strange Fruit, a protest song about the lynching of Black people. Popular performers at the time were not normally outspoken in their music, and government authorities ordered Holiday to stop singing Strange Fruit. Director Lee Daniels says that the FBI at the time targeted Holiday as part of a crackdown on drug use. He says the film highlights the little-known part of the jazz legend's life.
Billie's story must be told, and how many other stories like Billie's are there out there that we don't know about? That's what I found upsetting, that I was 61 years old and here we are, I'm just learning about the importance of Strange Fruit.
Now, more than 30 years after Prince Akeem Joffa and his sidekick Semi first traveled to the US to find a royal bride, Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall reprised their roles in the comedy sequel, Coming to America. Here is more on what the stars told Reuters.
Murphy, the creator and star of the 1988 film, returns to the fictional nation of Zamunda, this time as Akeem is preparing to become king. A father to 3 daughters in a country where only a male heir can sit on the throne, Akeem soon finds out he has a son in America and returns to Queens, the New York borough he first visited decades ago to meet him.
This movie is like the first movie. It's an all-black cast, and it's not about race, and it's not about civil unrest or social injustice, or there's no preaching. That is just total escapism. It's a movie about family and love and tradition and doing the right thing.
New faces include Murphy's daughter Bella Murphy, who also plays his offspring in the film.
When you have kids, there's nothing like seeing your kids do something, and it could be anything. So being on the movie set and with my daughter was a big deal for me.
Co-star Arsenio Hall had only good things to say about Murphy's daughter while on set with her.
I spent one night till like 3 a.m. on the scene with her and Wesley and a bunch of thugs. She's a wonderful, bright young lady, but I'd never seen that side of her.
The film is now available on Amazon Prime.
So what is streaming? A new Netflix documentary, Biggie, I Got a Story to Tell, explores the early life of Christopher Notorious B.I.G. Wallace and is executive produced by his mother.
Valletta Wallace tells the Associated Press that this documentary about her son is different because it focuses on their relationship and explores the rapper's roots in Jamaica.
I say yes because there were so many other documentaries. Some of them, as I said, I was a part of, but it wasn't my documentary. It wasn't my story. And there were so many things about my son that others never knew about.
Wallace says this story focuses on the boy she birthed and raised.
I don't know the Notorious B.I.G. I know Christopher. I really know Christopher. Christopher was not only a musician, an artist. Christopher was a son, was a grandson, was a nephew. He was a good friend. And people need to see that part of him that nobody else knew.
The documentary features interviews with the rapper's childhood friends, uncle and grandmother who live in Jamaica, and a jazz musician neighbor who mentored Biggie when he was a kid. Fans will also be delighted to see never-before-seen concert footage in the documentary, streaming now on Netflix.
And we end our show today with a new wave of social media stars who are proving online world is not just for young people. Nina Vishneva has the story, narrated by Andra.
They're called Grandfluencers, and they're online and on point, pushing stereotypes, social media norms, and age taboos out of their way.
I born in Barcelona, in Spain, 78 years ago.
Magda Llojes de Gutierrez is the star of New York social media rumors, muse of French couturiers, and the queen of Catalan accent. She's artistic and beautiful, her closet is larger than an average New York City apartment, and her Instagram followers are measured in the tens of thousands.
3,000? Surprise. And after, a few times after, 5,000. And now 25.
Her followers live all over the world, and she's generally at least twice or even 3 times their age. From her, they learn to dress extravagantly, to mix colors, and to stand out.
In the morning, many times, I put the hat. And after, put this and this. Beginning one thing.
Steve Austin is 82. He has over 1.5 million followers on TikTok.
I couldn't believe it. And as I said before, most of them were young people.
His fans know him as Steve. A few times a day, the man who lives in a modest apartment in an assisted living facility in Texas logs in to entertain his online audience with dance moves, tricks, and funny phrases.
Well, good morning, my little petunias.
The song Cooking with Steve became a true hit.
Which wasn't really cooking, it was just like making a sandwich or a bowl of cereal, and people thought that was, I guess, funny.
He has worked as a dental technician for over 1/4 of a century. Another 25 years he spent working as a ticket collector at a theater. But the lockdowns and social networks have pushed him to start a new career as an online influencer. And if he has trouble figuring out social network features, his younger fans are always happy to help.
They wanted me to be their grandpa, or I reminded them of their grandpa.
LG Powers is 68. She's a pensioner living in Utah, but her 500,000 followers live all over the world. Powers used to work as a graphic designer making little notebooks. She planned to start a business selling them using social networks, but her artistic side won.
And it made them feel like it validated their music. Kind of like I remember when the Beatles came out and my parents didn't like them. It's like, you have to like this as well. You know how parents don't like the kids' music?
Fans from all over the world write to her in a myriad of languages, asking to sing a song in their native language. Russian is one of them. The coronavirus pandemic and isolation have created fertile ground for the elderly on social media, and it proves it's never too late to start something new. For Nina Vishneva in New York, Anna Rice, VOA News.
And with that, we come to the end of our show today. I want to thank you for hanging out with me. My name is Jackson Vunganyi. For more entertainment news, remember to check us out at voanews.com. We are also on all social media platforms where you can check us out: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and on YouTube where you can watch our shows. Remember to share, subscribe, and like. Until next time, catch you right here. Goodbye, everyone.